Hi everybody, my name is Mr Hope, teacher of Level 2 Public Services at St Mary's College. Welcome to New Student Day. Hope everyone's well in these very, very bizarre circumstances. I've got a little task for you today, just something to whet your appetite of what the course is going to be a little bit about in 2020. Obviously during the coronavirus pandemic and everything, people have made some very different choices. People have started to question maybe how they were living their lives pre-lockdown as opposed to now. And some people started off maybe with all the best intentions and I'm going to get fit, I'm going to do this, I'm going to learn how to do this, that and the other. And then I've kind of fallen off by the wayside a little bit as restrictions have started to ease and we're getting back to normality. Your little task today is I want you to grab somebody in your household. So whether they're at home, whether they're, you might need to wait till later if everybody's at work or whatever. But I want you to grab somebody and I want you to basically interview them and ask them what they think they've done well during lockdown and maybe some things regarding their lifestyle choices, what they think they maybe haven't done so well during lockdown. And it's the things that they haven't done so well I want you to focus on. Some of the ideas, some of the areas that I want you to kind of focus on and things are I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you some actual sort of subtitle, subheadings and ideas such as maybe, I don't know, diet, fitness will be two, certainly. Maybe sleep patterns and managing, just basically managing the very strange circumstances that we've all been in. I've got two children myself. I've been homeschooling them every single day. Some days have been very, very difficult. Some have been fairly easy, and I've been putting in my own strategies to deal with kind of a stress build-up, even though you think, there shouldn't be any stress build-up. You're not working. There's no, you're not at work. You are working, but you're not at work. But, some people have obviously it's affected them very, very severely. It's giving people, there's been a real upsurge in mental health problems, we're being told by the media and things. So I want you to focus on the things that your subject, your client, hasn't done very well, okay, and they want to get back to making some better habits or to making some better choices with the habits, sorry. So to do that, you're going to have to do a little bit of research. How do they get back into fitness? How do they sort the diet out? How do they stop themselves from snacking so much during the day because they've been home working from home? That sort of thing. Here are some ideas of the factors that you might want to address. So you've got diet. How has their diet been affected by the changing pattern of lockdown, lifestyle pattern of lockdown? Have they been snacking more, like we've said once already? What's the caffeine intake been like? Have they been drinking more alcohol, as we hear quite a lot of people have? That sort of thing. Sleep pattern. Have they been going to bed too late? As a bit of a break from the rest of the day, which is then having an impact on them getting up a little bit later than they would do because perhaps they're not having to get up for anything as such. They might have been furloughed, so that's obviously having an effect, an impact on the amount of sleep that they're getting on a daily basis. The daily exercise, right at the beginning of lockdown, we were only allowed out once a day. Has that changed? Are they a regular gym goer? Has that affected them because the gyms have been closed? Do they go swimming on a regular basis? They've not been able to go, that sort of thing. How have they substituted it? Have they substituted it? Maybe they haven't. Personal hygiene, regular washing. It's when you're at home, I would imagine some people find it quite easy just to get up, crack on with the day without having that routine of getting in the shower, getting changed, because they might just think, what's the point? I'm not seeing anyone anyway. What's the point in that? Smoking, drinking, we've just mentioned drinking a little bit. Have they been smoking a little bit more? Does that link to stress? And then other stresses really. Have you got younger brothers and sisters, maybe other people that have been reliant on, whether it's your parents or whoever you're living with, that you're doing this with? What stresses have they had during this? Has the boredom been stressful? A lot of people have got they've been climbing the walls because they've not been allowed outside the house. You speak to a lot of people now, and that's been the case. So these are just ideas. You can add anything more if you would like, or you don't have to do them all. Some will apply, some won't. Just try and see what you can do with these. For this task, what I'd like you to produce is something called a mind map. Now, you might have done a mind map at school, maybe. It generally tends to be something with a subject in the middle, and it's got little branches coming off it, but then there's branches coming off the branches as well. So, for example, you might put the name of your client in the middle with, I don't know, lifestyle factors for such a body. Or lifestyle factors for such a body during lockdown. What you then might have some branches off. So you might put diet, okay, and then another branch off the diet branch might be eating too much or drinking too much caffeine because I'm working from home. And then off that again, what you then might have is a strategy to cut down on the amount of caffeine that person is drinking at home, which you'd have to come up with something that's realistic and potentially they could use. Okay, so this is your mind map. What you're going to need to do is, I'm going to start you off with this as it is. What you're going to need to do is go to Insert, the Insert tab at the top, then Shapes, and then if you select a shape, it's completely up to you. I'm just going to throw in an oval or a circle and create that, okay? And then all you do then is right click, add text. Okay, so for fitness, the problem might be that they've not been doing enough exercise or they've been doing no exercise. Okay, so if we type that in, been doing no exercise. Now the reason doesn't particularly matter at this stage, but if you just move that there, then what you can then do is just copy. So if you just select the circle that you've created and press copy and paste, okay, and then up there, and then so in this bit, what you're gonna do is come up with a strategy to get this person doing some exercise again. So it might be that it's plan a walk first thing in the morning. It might be that, and you obviously just need to make that a little bit bigger. It depends on the circumstances, obviously. If they're free at home and they can do that, then fantastic. If not, maybe they can go for a walk when they come home from work, just to get them outside, really. Otherwise, obviously, other things you could talk about are all these fitness videos that are available, Joe Wicks, etc. on YouTube. There's lots and lots of those. So it's that sort of thing. What you then need to do is you need to link these together. So we're going to Shapes again. If we just use an arrow this time, okay, and then again if we just, because it's selected already, go to Home, copy, paste, okay, and then you're going to point that to there, okay, and then what you're essentially going to do is you're going to go for diet, and you've got another couple there. If you want to add text to these, just click on it, so click on where it says text, and then you'll be able to add the text here, so whatever that's going to be. If you want to add more, just press return and it'll just keep adding as many as you need, basically. So you need to have a look at the other slide to get ideas of lifestyle factors that might be affected. Okay. Okay, that concludes the little task for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed that, giving you something to do rather than sitting in, I don't know, whatever you've been doing during lockdown, no doubt being a little bit bored at times, so hopefully giving you a bit of a taster of what we've got to come. In the meantime, what you could be doing over the summer is getting yourself fit. We're going to be going out and doing quite a lot of practical and things. hopefully going on trips and visits and things like that, and we'll be spending certainly a lot of time probably on a Tuesday going out and doing a lot of fitness, because I'm guessing that a few of you will want to go into careers where you're going to need to be physically fit, and I love anything like that. Fitness and outdoor fitness is my thing, so that's what we'll be doing a lot of. You could even have a look, depends on what career you're thinking about going into, but you could maybe look into the requirements, fitness requirements for the career that you're thinking of, the job that you're thinking about going into doing, maybe police, paramedics, armed forces, military, army, marines, anything like that. Have a look. It's quite interesting sometimes, really. You think some of them are quite low, some of them are quite, some are quite tricky and quite tough. You've got to be quite fit to do, certainly in the police. I know you've got to be very, very fit to do some of the top roles. So have a look at that. In the meantime, if you've got any questions, you're being provided with an email address that will get sent through to me. So I'll try and get back to you if I can. Take it easy, take care, have fun over the summer, and we will see you in August to enrol. Okay, over and out. Bye for now. Final thing that I forgot to mention, in terms of feedback for the task, obviously everybody's going to be different, so it will very much depend on the strategies you use for your client, your subject, will be very, very personal to them, and as long as it's relatively realistic, if someone's wanting to do more exercise during the day then, and the gyms are closed and things, it might not be realistic to go out and buy a mountain bike because they might not have any spare cash, but it is realistic to get out and go for a walk. So that would be an example of that. As long as it's relatively realistic, there's no right or wrong answer. That's the beauty of this, because it's very, very specific to your client's situation. So we will talk about it in August and September when lessons, certainly September when lessons start, and we'll go through it and we'll see what people manage to come up with ideas-wise and things. All right, take care, bye.